welcome to Cbc TV Main News. Coming up on this newscast, government trains 266 small-scale miners. Godaza commends $1.5 billion United States dollars health sector investment. Honorable Mpakata takes charge of PF in line with party constitution. And Vice President urges farmers to cease fertilizer price drop. With the details, I'm Joel Chisompola. The Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Honorable Paul Kabuswe, officiated at the closing of Phase 2 of the National Training Program for Artisanal and Small-Scale Miners, which trained 266 participants, bringing total beneficiaries to over 400. He explained that the program supports President Hakainde Hichilema's vision for safer and more responsible mining. Honorable Kabuswe said the training focused on safety, health, and environmental protection, noting that government wants miners to operate in secure, regulated conditions. He added that reforms such as the Minerals Regulation Commission, geological mapping, and the upcoming ASM fund are strengthening the sector.
Make sure that we narrow it down to you, our people, to benefit from the mineral wealth that this country is endowed with. Zambia is a rich country, but for us to benefit, number one, as the President says, we must do legal mining. Number two, we must do safe mining. Number three, we must do formal trade. And number four, our areas where we are doing mining has got to have security so that our minerals are not stolen in the market. That is the vision.
In a press release issued on November 22nd, 2025, Governance and Development Advocates Zambia, Godaza, congratulated President Hakainde Hichilema for securing $1.5 billion United States dollars international investment aimed at bolstering Zambia's health sector. The organization highlighted the agreement as a landmark achievement that underscores the government's commitment to improving national health outcomes. Godaza Executive Director Elias Mulenga described the investment as a major step towards strengthening healthcare systems and expanding access to essential medical services. He noted that the funding reflects growing international confidence in Zambia's leadership and is expected to enhance service delivery, benefiting communities across the country. Mr. Mulenga reaffirmed Godaza's support for initiatives that promote quality health care and national well-being, reiterating the organization's commitment to collaborating with government and partners to advance health development. He added that Zambia's progress depends on strong leadership and effective health partnerships.
President Hakainde Hichilema and Development Advocates Zambia, we wish to congratulate President Hakainde Hichilema for securing $1.5 billion health sector investment. This is a major step towards improving Zambia's health sector. The funding will help strengthen healthcare systems and expand access to essential medical services. This shows that President Donald Trump has got confidence in the Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema in delivering healthcare services to the nation. This is a move that we, as governance and development advocates, Zambia, are going to support.
Patriotic Front National Chairperson Musonda Mpakata said the decisions by Acting President Given Lubinda to remove several senior officials from the Central Committee were illegal. He added that he had taken charge of the party in line with its constitution ahead of the upcoming convention. He explained that Mr. Lubinda had purportedly removed him as chairperson, Honorable Brenda Nyerenda as Deputy Secretary General, and several provincial leaders, including Christopher Shakafuswa. Honorable Mpakata stated that the party constitution does not allow an acting president to make such changes without ratification from the Central Committee. He said that Honorable Lubinda had chosen ego over unity, ambition over selfless service, and personal survival over destiny, and restructuring party organs days before a convention was an attempt to cripple the party. He added that the right thing for Mr. Lubinda would have been to step aside to create a level playing field. Honorable Mpakata emphasized that the Patriotic Front needs unity, stability, honesty, transparency, and courage, and he dismissed all the changes Mr. Lubinda claimed to have made, demanding that he step down to allow preparations for the convention to continue, adding that a list of delegates would be issued to all contestants, including Mr. Lubinda.
The acting president of Patriotic Front, who is the vice president of the party, Given Lubinda, to drop we, the undersigned, from the Central Committee. From the outset, and in no uncertain terms, we declare that the action is illegal, as the party constitution does not allocate such powers to an acting president without the ratification of the Central Committee. Additionally, we strongly feel the action is the clearest sign that Honorable Lubinda has abandoned the soul of the party at a time when Zambians desperately looking for a strong, united opposition and has chosen ego over unity, ambition over selfless service, and personal survival over collective destiny. And I'll repeat myself. Honorable Given Lubinda has desperately chosen ego over unity, ambition over selfless service, and personal survival over collective destiny. A leader who reshuffles structures days before a convention is bent on crippling the party. To be clear, Honorable Lubinda is vying for the party presidents at the coming convention, which is 7 days away from today. And the right thing for him to do was to step aside to create a level and fair playground. We cannot have a candidate making or changing rules for other contestants. He is a candidate. If he was wise enough, Honorable Lubinda should have stepped aside and take over the reins of the party so that the level playing field is even for all the contesting parties. We expect him to hand over the reins over to the party chairperson, Honorable Mpakata Musonda, who is me, together with the acting secretary general of the party, so that we organize the convention successfully. His action manipulates the playing field even before the whistle is blown. He's trying to be a judge and a jury at the same time.
Vice President Mutale Nalumango has called on farmers to take full advantage of the sharp reduction in fertilizer prices, stressing that food security remains central to Zambia's national security. During a stopover in Kasama on her way to Muchinga province, Mrs. Nalumango said the drop in fertilizer prices from 1,400 kwacha to 1,000 kwacha and now to 750 kwacha per bag should motivate farmers, especially small-scale producers, to expand their agricultural activities. The Vice President said the government's policies were geared towards strengthening agriculture as a key driver of economic growth. She noted that Zambia should take pride not only in producing its own D-compound and urea fertilizers, but also in exporting them within the region. Mrs. Nalumango was received in Kasama by Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao and Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu, provincial security officials, party representatives, and other delegates. She said the warm welcome reflected the region's support for the country's development agenda. She reiterated that with more affordable inputs and growing regional demand, the government wants more farmers to treat agriculture as a sustainable business. We take a set of commercials. Join me for more news on the other side.
It is yet another season of giving and receiving. It is a Christmas period. As the year draws to a close, we at CBC would like to say thank you for coming us into your homes, your workplaces, and your hearts throughout 2025. This festive season, let's celebrate the moments that brought us joy, reflect on the challenges that made us stronger, and look forward to the opportunities that 2026 will bring. May your Christmas be filled with peace, laughter, and love. And may the new year shine with hope, success, and new beginnings. From all of us at CBC, your trusted source of news and inspiration, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2026. God keep you safe.
One Love Radio is a dynamic radio platform that captures the diverse communities across Zambia with an audience of over 6.5 million, with physical satellite stations in Mungu, Mansa, and Lusaka, and frequencies that cover key markets across the nation: Lusaka, Kafue, and Mazabuka. It's an engaging, informative, entertaining journey with programming designed to maintain a dedicated listenership across the country. Get clicking, get listening to One Love Radio today. One Love Radio. Inspiring, touching, life-changing radio.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council, NGOCC, met with 15 female politicians from various political parties, including independent candidates, to discuss ways of enhancing women's political participation ahead of the 2026 general elections. NGOCC Board Chairperson, Ms. Beauty Katebe, said the organization aims to ensure that female politicians receive the support they deserve in the upcoming elections. She added that the engagement was part of a shared commitment to increase the representation of women, youth, and persons with disabilities in Zambia's political landscape. The female politicians reportedly expressed concern over the persistent underrepresentation of these groups in key political structures, citing financial disparities that often disadvantage women and marginalized candidates. In a joint communique read by Ms. Savoy Mboyela, the participants pledged to support one another and other female candidates, regardless of political affiliation, through solidarity, resource mobilization, and mutual assistance. Ms. Mboyela emphasized that underrepresentation of women is a national issue requiring urgent attention, and that the meeting strengthened their commitment to increasing visibility and participation of women, youth, and persons with disabilities in the elections. She said NGO, CC, and female politicians would continue collaborating to empower women politically. The meeting included representatives from Citizens First, CF, National Democratic Congress, NDC, National Restoration Party, NAREP, New Era Democratic Party, NEDP, New Heritage Party, NHP, Socialist Party, SP, independent candidates, Young Women in Action, Zambia National Association of Women with Disabilities, ZNADWO, and the NGOCC Secretariat. The engagement reflects growing momentum towards achieving gender parity in Zambia's political system, promoting inclusion and fairness for all citizens. The Zambian government says construction of the 600 megawatts thermal power plant in Sinazongwe is progressing steadily, marking a significant step towards strengthening national energy security. The project, undertaken by Evergreen Energy Company Limited, a joint venture between Wonderful Group and United Capital Fertilizer Zambia, has entered active construction according to officials. Authorities say the plant, once operational, will play a major role in stabilizing electricity supply and driving economic growth. The government adds that the project is expected to create thousands of jobs, both during construction and in long-term operational roles. The plant is being developed in 4 phases. The first 150 megawatts is expected to come on stream in July 2026, with another 150 megawatts set for completion in October 2026. A third phase, adding an additional 150 megawatts, is scheduled for the first quarter of 2027. While the final 150 megawatts is anticipated in the second quarter of 2027. Officials said the phased rollout will gradually boost national power generation, improving access for industrial, commercial, and domestic consumers. Government has reiterated its support for energy projects that contribute to diversification and long-term sustainability. Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata provided further details in an accompanying video. A team of maternal and child health officers, information officers, and clinicians from Northwestern, Central, and Copper Belt provinces on 20th November 2025 took part in a digital health capacity building workshop in Luanshya. The training focused on the maternal and perinatal death surveillance and response MPDSR tracker, an electronic system used to monitor and respond to maternal and perinatal deaths in Zambia. Dr. Lufunda Lukama, Northwestern Provincial Clinical Care Specialist, shared his experience, highlighting how the workshop re-equipped health workers with critical skills to strengthen in Zambia's maternal and child health services.
Dr. Lufunda Lukama. I am Dr. Lufunda Lukama, Clinical Care Specialist for Northwestern Province, based at the Provincial Health Office in Solwezi. We're here in Luansha at TVTC, learning about the digital tools that we'll be using to collect data, health-related data actually. It's a very good workshop. We have seen across the world that the world is going digital now, and several advantages to that. But what's even more interesting is the way we were able to pull out the data regarding our maternal deaths and our neonatal deaths from our hospitals. So I think the facilitators were very good and we learned a lot, and I would encourage everyone to participate if they call for another workshop like this. We saw many advantages. We have been struggling with maternal deaths, our mothers dying while giving birth, and children that are born and dying quite early on in their lives. And we need to find reasons on why that happens, and with this tool we're able to have real-time data and pull out and even the reasons why they are dying, so that we can make effective interventions promptly. The way we've been collecting data has been problematic actually, using Excel sheets and paperwork and things like that, and we lose a lot of valuable data in the process. This tool is a game changer and will be like the rest of the world where we're going. I think if we take it on, the real issue here I think is to sort out our health problems, related problems, and if we don't have the information that's right and that's accurate, we cannot make the right decisions as to how we go about intervening in these problems. So it's been a very informative workshop to me personally. In my province, this is the kind of thing that I've always wanted to.
Zambia has renewed its commitment to ending all forms of gender-based violence, with a special focus on the rising threat of digital abuse. This was highlighted during an intergenerational forum for women and girls held at Mova Hotel in Kitwe on 21st November 2025. Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kavika said the forum held ahead of the 16 days of activism creates a vital space for young people to influence policy and national dialogue. She warned that while digital platforms offer new opportunities, they have also exposed women and girls to cyberbullying, harassment, and online exploitation. Director of Public Prosecutions, Gilbert Peary, State Counsel, described digital violence as a growing national concern. He called for stronger legal tools to track and prosecute offenders who hide behind online anonymity, reaffirming the National Prosecutions Authority's zero-tolerance approach to gender-based violence. Itezi Member of Parliament, Mutinta Twambo, urged young people to pursue leadership roles, noting that his own election to Parliament at 36 should inspire more youth, especially girls, to engage in governance, WDCs, and CDF committees. Supported by UNFPA and partners, the forum brought together government, civil society, and students to push for sustained action to make Zambia safer and more equal online and offline.
The rise of delinquents, male delinquents, others refer to them as junkies. But that is because of the collapse of the family structure, the absence of male authority. The males are in bars drinking. The women are raising these children. And in certain instances, absence of the structure of a family, either due to death of the male authority and leaving that absence, but also there are economic and social factors. You know, where people are employed and there's poverty, people cannot provide for themselves. But there are certain interventions which government has made in this regard. And this is why there's been a recognition of certain female-headed households and the support that government can give. There's even social cash transfer. There are a lot of interventions. I'm sure the people on my left here, the PS and the director there, can speak to that. And if you have social welfare here, I think they're able to speak to that as well.
For you. And this government has ensured to put processes in place, funding in place, to take care of all such challenges. So do not fear, our offices are called public offices, not just for fashion or just as they say, but they are in actual fact public offices. And that means they are for you, the public.
Myself as a member of Parliament PS, I'm a product of the young people. I can assure you PS, if the young people did not rally behind me being the member of Parliament, I could have not been a member of Parliament. I'm a true product of the young people, and it is for that reason why, as a member of Parliament myself, I've always put the young people at the center of the development agenda of this country. And that is the reason why I'm saying your dreams, they matter. And they will not matter tomorrow, they matter today. You are all aware, girls, that this world is changing. It's a changing world, and you are not going to be bystanders in this ever-changing.
Take our second and final break. Join me for sports and international news on the other side.
Vantu vakwatiridza mwana akari muono 13 years.
Makangopeza chance pokambana naye.
Inabotita ne kunyumba.
From this plastic here. Try well, may also stand up.
Wakati bose mu class. Bokonde pote tu. Zanipeka kuti. Amene wavadira. Zanipeka.
Atushiro bako na mwana.
Ndawa neo pano pang'anda nisuke mbale nitape manzi natiende mwana umuni tushoni lero
Mpaka chewa ndio. Brain ni hapa mnika.
Wewe ukufa mwafera wewe. Ndema tu ufere wewe wa mwana wewe.
Auto-Based Engineering is a fully registered company that has services such as towing service, we have a saloon, we repair cars, we have a car wash.
Barber shop is a top-notch.
And many more.
Auto-Based Engineering is the company which you can rely on. We touch any car. We are just at the corner of Pemba Road and Mosotunya Road. You know what? We deliver the best. Yes, we are growing very fast. It's a top-notch company ever in Zambia. When you come, wherever you are, whether you are in America, you come to visit Zambia, please just go to Google Map, type Auto-Based Engineering Group. It will take you where we are. Auto-Based is a one-stop shop.
Come to Auto-Based Engineering where the best is done. If you want to know where we're located, located? We're located along Mosotunya Road, just right at the corner of Pemba Road, Chilende South. If you want to contact us, you can call us on 0977 18 12 73.
Autobest Engineering, doing what we know best.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. In sports news, board members of Africa Zone 6 RADO convened in Luanda, Angola on Friday to adopt the organization's 2025 to 2028 budget and strategic plan. This marks the first physical meeting since the body was reconstituted earlier this year, with member country representatives from 11 African nations in attendance. Zambia is represented by lawyer Dickson Jere, who was recently elected chairman of the legal committee of RADO Zone 4. The two-day meeting was officially opened by Angola's Deputy Minister of Sports, Paulo Maidera Silva, who urged members to implement strong anti-doping measures to safeguard the integrity of sport across the continent. The discussions will also focus on preparing African nations for the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA Congress scheduled for next week in South Korea, ensuring that the region maintains compliance with global anti-doping standards and strengthens efforts to protect